Hello fellow humans, today I want to talk about America's ass. Not that one. This one, the M48 Patton, a vehicle that is often overlooked in Blitz, but let's have a look at this thing. Is it worth getting? Is it not worth getting? But what is definitely worth it is liking and subscribing this video. Now we're going to start off with obviously the important stuff, and for the consumables, just the standard, as you know. Then for the provisions, you either take the top three, or you, like I did here, you take both cola and the improved fuel. The ammo, a diagonal line is pretty much the best way to go for pretty much any tank. And then the equipment, I'm using the calibrated shells to get the better heat penetration here. Now, the enhanced armor might not make a lot of sense, but this is a very rounded vehicle, so you can get a lot of extra armor points out of there. And obviously the improved optics, because it's got pretty good eyes. And then these all down here are very standard. Let's have a look at the stats overview. The gun is very similar, or almost identical, because I mean it's almost the same tank, to the M60. The M60, however, does have better mobility and better gun depression, and also in the accuracy department it does lose out significantly to the absolutely excellent Leopard 1. So overall we have something that is very average here. The mobility is below average. However, the only thing that is doing worse than that is the STB1, but the STB1 is better at playing hull down due to its 3 degrees of more gun depression and more compact third armor package. Now, the armor on this vehicle seems to be pretty thick, but you have to keep in mind that it is spaced pretty far among this massive vehicle. So it's not a downside, but it isn't an advantage either. Now, let's go what the thickness can achieve, I suppose. That's the good thing about this vehicle. It's kind of thick, so at least it's nice to look at, I suppose, if that's your focus of interest. Anyway, now, it's generic, but is it worth getting? Because getting the E50M, getting the STB1, getting the FE4202 is more enjoyable, more fun, will probably be the better option, but once you've already have those, there is no point not to get this vehicle. It can also be a sort of entry as well to get as a second one after the E50M, because you should always get the E50M as the first hit in medium, no matter what you do. But after that, you might try something like this that, well, it's a bit slower, and that's kind of its downfall, really. It's pretty big and kind of pretty slow, and while the gun is very good, it doesn't really make up for that disadvantage of being a big, thick, bumbling piece of American meat. So overall, it's kind of a... if you already got everything else that's fun, you might as well go for it. Now, the Pershing at tier 8 of this tech tree is fine, but the M46 Patton at tier 9, I don't know, you have to kind of fight your way through that, because it's not really great. Now, are you better off with an M60 instead of an M48? That's another question you might pose, but no, because for the M60 you have to pay money. Now, I didn't pay money for the M60. There was an event a long time ago where random people just got the M60 and this camo that I'm using right here for free. Like, it just popped up on the account one day, nobody knew why, and the M60 and this camo was on everyone's account. That's why I never paid for the M60, and I wouldn't do so either now, because it's not a premium tank, it doesn't make credits, so you're better off with the M48 Patton, even though it is slightly worse. You're not really going to notice a difference. The only difference you are going to notice is the 8 degrees of gun depression versus the M60's 10, but you can get this thing for free, so if you want to pay, you might as well get the M60 and skip this thing. But if you don't want to play, if you want to do free to play, then the M48 Patton is obviously the better and easier option. So now we're going to have to back out of there a bit with that CC in the way. The team is just completely discombobulated. I don't know what they were doing. Have a go at that guy. And then bow out with style, I suppose. Can we get one more shot? I suppose so. 5.5k damage as of right now. I will attempt a dive, but that is probably not going to happen. Okay, it happened. And now... nope. How the hell am I alive? Oh my god. That does not make sense. Like, if you can't hit an M48 Patton, please get your eyes checked. So... yeah, now at this point, we're gonna preempt the Skoda. I'm not really too keen on dying right now, but the Moiskin is going to be sufficient backup, and the gun depression is going to be enough. And there we go. That is 6,200. Now, I've played one game before this, but I didn't have a great team. But this is literally the second game I'm playing with this tank. So, I'm not cherry picking. That's just how it goes. But the first one was just utterly unusable, unfortunately, because Port Bay and they went city. So, you know how that story goes. Now, I'm just gonna send it. If I die, I die. He's gonna try, maybe, but I've got enough cover, I've got enough backup to not. But there's that. It's a generic tank, but it is good. Sometimes. Which is cool. And that is 6,900 damage, probably an ace, but that doesn't matter. So, the M48 Patton. It's fine. That's the conclusion of this video. It's not great. It's not really a must-have. But if you want it, go get it.